So today is Friday. It'll be our 5th day out on the water. Brandon had to go this morning to immigration in Grenada. We went yesterday, but didn't have all the proper paperwork, so needed to go back this morning. Of course, the gentleman there was super pleasant. So Brandon headed out this morning on the dinghy, which the water is pretty rough right now. So it probably took him maybe about 20 minutes to get to shore. And then when he gets back, we plan to sail over. We may even motor quite a bit, but we plan on putting the sails out and going over to Clifton Harbor, which is part of Union Island, which is the country of St. Vincent. So once we get there, we will also need to check in with immigration before we step foot on to land, because we do plan on staying there for a few days. So we're excited about the things that we're going to see over there. Last night was pretty special. We all took warm showers. Instead of on the back of the boat, we actually took them in our own showers, which are really tiny. But it's those little creature comforts. What else did we do? I made brownies using a mix without measuring cups or a proper pan. So they were about this thin, but they were good. So that was a little treat. We did sleep well last night. Seems like every night you sleep with the hatches open. Everybody here, I'm sure, sleeps with the hatches open, and no AC. You can't hear any generators. So like I mentioned, we were very spoiled. But then it starts to pour down rain in the middle of the night, and I'm imagining that now everyone is up, like we are, closing hatches as quickly as possible so we don't get soaked in the middle of the night. Then you wait for it to stop raining and then open the hatches back up. We do plan on going to Clifton Harbor today and meeting with the mechanic to help us with some of the challenges. We have a battery that's not properly charging and is running down our other batteries. We have to start the engines quite a bit, run them to charge the one side of the battery. So that battery that's not charging is sitting in about 4 inches of water. So we're not really sure if that's causing the problem or something else. We're gonna go look at that and see if the mechanic can fix us with some other things on the boat before we continue on our way. Okay, Dad, let's talk about why you are wearing shoes on the boat.
Well, number one, I kind of burned my feet yesterday. But number two, since I'm kind of somewhat single-handedly sailing this boat, I may have to run around quickly, and catching your toe on a cleat or a line really, really, really hurts. And these are boat shoes, so they're safe. They won't mess up the non-skid or the fiberglass.
Wow, fancy.
No, it's
No, don't.
Okay, go ahead and release the brake. All the way. All right, here she comes. Start hauling it in. Pull it like you mean it. Whoa! All right, haul it in to the left, Brittany.
Going left.
All right, crank it in, Olivia.
Okay.
Put your back into it.
Okay, turning too much now.
Push it out.
You had to change courses a little bit because you see that would not be something that we would want to run into. Most likely it is connected to a fishing line. So
Or maybe
avoid those.
plastic.
Or maybe it's just plastic. But I got my money on that's a fishing line. What?
Okay, so here we are heading north, and if you'll notice there's an exclusive zone. It's an alert, the red dashed circle there. Basically, that is an active volcano. So we've been told not to go over that because if it was to erupt, cause air bubbles, which could cause your boat to lose its buoyancy and sink. So we're going to avoid that and continue north.
Today the boys and I decided to go into town to Terrell Bay for some local provisioning, which we also call the grocery store. Here we have one store called the Alexis Food Mart. Selection was pretty sparse due to the hurricane they had last year here in the Caribbean. As you can see, we take out our grocery cart. We're not allowed to bring plastic onto the island, so there are reusable bags that we unload our groceries, place into the dinghy, and take out to our boat. Hurricane Beryl was an extremely rare and destructive tropical cyclone that impacted parts of the Caribbean, the Yucatan Peninsula, and also the Gulf Coast of the United States in late June and early July 2024.
Cards are the points they say on it. So if you have a 7, it's 7 points. If you have king, queen, or jack, it's 10 points. A 10 is 50 points. So 10s are called swoops.
It's already hard as it is. No promises. Show me your right these verses. According to the analysis.
Catching.
Okay. Day 5. Olivia's going to teach us about.
I was wondering what that sounded.
How would I teach?
That said that you did the research.
I have no clue. I just know that that's the flag.
What these flags mean.
It's upside down.
Oh, see? You know things.
Yeah, but that's all I know.
The hoop
I don't
goes
have
at
a
the top.
clue.
Okay. Dad,
That is a quarantine flag.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're really supposed to put it up until you go get checked in. However, most people don't. The only time I would probably ever use it is if we were going to come into a harbor like this or a port like this and we weren't going to be going ashore and we were going to be leaving the next day going to another country. You can put the quarantine flag out for like 24 hours and basically to chill out on your boat, stay overnight, and then head out the next day and you're fine. So today though we will be checking.
So right now
we should have the quarantine flag
but
out.
right now, do we have the Grenadines flag? From
Yeah,
Grenada?
currently we have the Grenada flag out.
Just the French flag, or
Yeah, I don't know. It's got like the little nutmeg thing on it.
that one? That one. There's one right here.
No, that's where this boat's from. So we'll have to go get checked in, and then we will put out the flag of this country to let everybody know, hey, we're checked in and we're good to go. We don't have COVID.
COVID's not a thing.
No, but I mean, that's real. I mean, originally that you're checking into countries and you're.
Like we always did that, even before COVID.
I know, but whatever.
Okay.
It was a
So
joke.
is this okay? No joke about COVID.
I,
No, it's not a
it
thing.
was a joke.
It was a joke. So this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what else?
But we got to check in.
Okay, we haven't done that yet. So
We
we're
have
about to
not
go do
done
that?
So we're about to go ashore. We're gonna go through this little. There's like a little bridge that you go under to get to the dinghy dock, which I think is kind of cool.
How long did it take us to get from?
Man, we were smoking. It only took us maybe. I thought it was gonna take us over 2 hours, and I think it took us what, like an hour and 15, hour and 20.
Would you say it was
Not too
very?
Weird. I saw 25-mile-an-hour gust on the way here. I'm glad we were reefed down because we'd have had way too much sail out. Matter of fact, we probably had too much of the jib out. I think we're maybe right on the limits of where the jib was okay. But we were seeing 8.5 knots with no motors. We were cooking with gas.
That was scary.
No, I loved it. It was fun. It was sporty. It's about as sporty as you can get on a 45-foot catamaran.
Britain definitely died almost halfway through
Where are
there.
the
He almost
hatches?
got drowned. One of the hatches at the salon, so like these front hatches here, the jib line from all the way up there was stuck around it, and it was held tight, so the jib wouldn't move around a lot, and it was stuck around the window, keeping the window open. And I climb up to the top to undo it, and all I see is this giant wave, and I can imagine Britain downstairs, and I just come back after doing that, and he's soaking wet from being inside because he just got splashed by this giant wave that came through. It was
We got a
really
wee
funny.
bit of water in the boat.
I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was just Britain was kind of like halfway sticking out the boat so he could try to get the line around.
Maybe he
Yeah, that was
taking his
crazy.
sweet time.
I was not taking my sweet time. I was
taking his sweet
figuring
time.
it out. Whatever. But hopefully that won't happen again because it's happened a few times where that line gets stuck over the hatch. But
I think we need to just make sure and have those hatches at least, maybe at max, a quarter of the way open when we start sailing.
yeah,
Tomorrow we're going to be all downwind. So we're going to be going with the waves and we're going to be going with the wind. Should be nice and smooth sailing basically all the way there. And that's Chafton, which is Sunset Beach. It's supposed to be pretty big. There's supposed to be like a couple barbecue joints and a restaurant over there. And the beach is supposed to be like really, really pretty.
All right.
Over here, I think there's some snorkeling and kiteboarding. And Happy Island, which the owner already came by and told us that he was open today. So I think we're gonna go check that out after we get checked in.
Guy came up, helped us grab a mooring, also overcharged us, took our trash, and also brought us some ice.
He did bring us 2 big bags of ice, so that was good.
it was. But we also paid $15 for one
Bag
bag
of
of
ice?
ice, and then so that was 30 for 2.
Yeah.
It's just the people here, whenever they're helping you with something or they're doing something for you, they don't tell you that it's going to cost more than you think it's going to cost. So what, 15 bags for a bag of ice is kind of crazy.
Yeah, 80 EC.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
And then he charged us $25 for a 5-minute help to help us for the mooring bowl.
We're gonna go to the store right there. We'll be able to see what he paid for the bag of ice.
And he also said he was going to come back and bring us some fresh fish or lobster. So we can let him know that he overcharged us.
Yeah, because the way he made it seem was he was charging us for the stay, which is usually about,
I thought
depends
we
on
were
the
paying
place,
for the
like
mooring ball.
25-ish. Yeah, that's what he initially made it seem like.
He even gave me like a little mooring mooring
Like a card.
card, laminated card.
Yeah, and
It
then
said Clifton Moorings.
And then the second guy came over and was like, no, that's not right. He just charged you for helping it. For the help.
Yeah.
Which we could have done for ourselves. It wasn't that hard.
Not having to hook that mooring ball is definitely handy.
Yeah, not $25 worth
It's
though.
not worth $25. It's maybe worth 10.
And then a $5 tip for trash.
Taking our trash. We should have paid him about 15, and we just paid him. We probably paid him $10.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We done?
I think we're done.
Okay. Oh, I don't think this is hooked up.
Maybe.
No.
Okay.